You're tuned in to the Toriano Morgan Show, your weekly look inside Edward Waters University football. The Toriano Morgan Show is brought to you by iJag Sports, by Global Freight and Commerce, by Sam's Club, by the Florida Army National Guard, by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings, by Rubenstein Law Accident Slip or Fall, call 1-800-FL-LEGAL. By Kelly Tours, the official transportation partner of the Tigers. By Bono's Real Pit Barbecue. By Ascension St. Vincent's, the official healthcare partner of EWU Athletics. By Dr. Doctor. By BSN Sports. And by Nike, the official outfitter of Edward Waters University Athletics. Now, alongside Coach Toriano Morgan, here's the voice of the Tigers, Joshua Jackson.
A memorable, momentous, and just tremendous ball game on Saturday as the Tigers of Edward Waters College open up the Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium, as well as the 2021 campaign with a 24-20 victory over the rivals from Miami Gardens, the Lions of Florida Memorial University. Welcome into our first edition of the Toriano Morgan Show. We talk Edward Waters football with the head coach of the Tigers, head coach Toriano Morgan. Coach, I know that game probably took some years off of your life if you're invested in this program the way that everyone is, but the fans here, they got their money's worth and then some with a big victory on Saturday.
Absolutely. Anytime you can come out and get a victory in the manner in which we did, we experienced some adversity, but we experienced some success as well. And at the end of the day, the young men saw their hard work pay off by just standing there and keep on playing and playing. And ultimately, the scoreboard swung in our favor at the end of the game.
A near capacity crowd here. You really got to tip your hat to really both sides. Both fan bases really came out and showed up and really showed out here on Saturday. The weather wasn't all that great. Rain. There was a lightning delay at the end of the first half. But both squads and both fan bases were treated to a very big game here.
And I think what the fans got to see, as well as the city of Jacksonville and the city of Miami Gardens, is the HBCU experience at its best. We had the tailgating going, we had the music, we had the bands, we had the dancing girls, and we had two quality football teams that brought it down to the wire. So any and everything that you could ask for in a football game and experience, you got here just this past Saturday.
24-20, Edward Waters gives the win. We'll take a break, come back with first half highlights of Edward Waters and Florida Memorial, the first Big Cat Classic here on the Toriano Morgan Show.
Out of the fire, I found a fire inside. It wasn't easy, but I learned the hard way, and let me tell you how. You don't know my pain, how far I came. Those days are gone, you cursed my name. I prayed to God and shine the sun. He gave me rain, I took that water and walked on it, marching harder than a million martyrs. Yeah, I gave you my plan through a pen, no ID on the track that the story began.
Your family's health is important to you and to the care teams at Ascension St. Vincent's Health Centers. For regular doctor appointments and routine checkups, visit us here. For things that can't wait, get in quickly for urgent care here too. Need x-rays or lab work? We even do that here. Book online anytime for all the care you need, all in one place, at the Ascension St. Vincent's Health Center nearest you.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back to the Coach Toriano Morgan Show. Coach, first half highlights getting set to come on tap here. And again, big game, first contest here inside this beautiful new facility. And just wanted to see if we can come out here and get a good start to this contest.
Absolutely. It was a very emotional, written lead up until the kickoff. We talked with the team about, firstly, owning their legend, meaning they control the narrative of what this game was going to be. So there was no added pressure. All of the pressure was put in their hands because they were able to control it. So the conditioning, the discipline, the being able to come out and just continue to play after play after play, regardless of the outcome of that particular play, was our message coming in. And we proved to have needed every bit of it in the first quarter, first half, for that matter.
Absolutely. 4 turnovers there in the first half. Wasn't necessarily the start that you were looking for, but again, just finding a way. That's the one thing about this ball club, and just speaking with people in general about this ball club, that this team just continues to just find a way.
And that was good. We always talk about going in and being able to win 2 of the 3 aspects of the game. And in the first half, we won defense, we felt, and we won special teams. So that had a big part in helping us to overcome the fact that we turned the ball over 4 times. So even still, offensively, we were able to move the football. We just weren't able to finish drives in the first half. So, but we knew if we just kept chugging at it, that eventually the momentum was going to swing, and we'd be able to finish some of those drives and ultimately put the ball in the end zone and get some points. But until that happened, I have to take my hat off to Coach Carter and the defense for after the first drive, and they settled down with the nerves. They came out, and I think they got like 4 3-and-outs back to back, and that's big. Did a great job on special teams, blocking an extra point there, which proved to be pivotal towards the end of the game. So whenever we were able to get the special teams and the defense rolling, it gave us our offense an opportunity to get composed and get back on schedule.
First half highlights of the inaugural Big Cat Classic and the opener here at Nat Glover Stadium coming your way right now here on the Toriano Morgan Show. From Miami Gardens, Florida Memorial on top. Coach, just everything that could go wrong offensively did go wrong offensively there in that first half. But you think it was a situation where there were some nerves that kind of got the better of your 2 quarterbacks in that first half?
And I definitely believe it was nerves, and then just going out trying to make a play, and sometimes when you do that, it's high risk, high reward. So it proved to be high risk in the first half, but at halftime, we were able to calm those guys down, and as things didn't go our way in the first half, ultimately the message was, what worse could happen? What more can happen to us? And yet we're still one play away from leading in this game. So the message was just simply, don't look at the scoreboard, because they're going to come out and they're going to go for the finish. We anticipate that they're going to make another run. We just have to continue to play after play after play. Don't look at the scoreboard, and just make your next play your best play. And ultimately, if you continue to do that, the clock and the score swing in your favor at the end if you just keep grinding at it.
6-0, our score at the break. We'll take another timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the exciting finish of the second half of the Big Cat Classic right here on the Toriano Morgan Show.
The pit boss at Bono's is more than a cook. He's a master of ceremonies, a conductor who leads a symphony of the senses, deftly guiding his orchestra of slow-smoked meats, savory seasonings, sauces, and smoke until it harmoniously crescendos into one mouth-watering meal. And the audience, oh, they eat it up. Bono's Pit Barbecue, the boss of barbecue.
You've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery back. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
COVID-19 has changed how we stomp the yard and feel the beat. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to strolling instead of scrolling. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts. As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Is it safe?
Should I get it?
Is it free? It's okay to have questions. Now get the facts about COVID-19 vaccines at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision for yourself and for your fam.
Welcome back to the Coach Toriano Morgan Show. Coach, as we get set to start the second half of play, a 30-minute lightning delay coming into the start of the second half. You think that kind of, I know your team was roaring to come back and get back at it, but kind of having to calm down, focus. Did that throw some things off there to start the second half?
It actually worked in our favor due to the fact that one of our previous scrimmages during camp, we had an hour lightning delay, so it gave us an opportunity to kind of utilize how we would use that time if presented with it in a game-like situation. So we were able to go through and talk through some things in greater detail, but at the same time, we didn't want to escalate the emotions or escalate the situation. We just wanted the kids to kind of relax and stay true to what we were going to be in our game plan coming out. And again, explaining to them, anytime you go into a first half and you turn the ball over 4 times and you have 3 touchdowns taken off the board, and you're only down 6 points at the half, it's a brand new ball game coming out. So having them understand that, and then they never fretted, they never panicked. There was never a sense of we're about to give up. They were just understanding and trusting the process of what we were telling them, and they came out and performed in that second half.
Second half highlights coming your way next right here on the Toriano Morgan Show. 32 seconds, takes the snap. Keeper, Saquon Smith, right side, into the end zone. Touchdown, Edward Waters. And a child shall lead them. Saquon Smith, a 1-yard rushing touchdown, and the Tigers are back on top with 16 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. 24-20, the Toriano Morgan era of Edward Waters University football comes out in victory as the Tigers go to 1-0 to start a season for the first time since 2012. Coach, you talked when you first took the job about revamping, restoring, and reigniting this program. That team did that and then some on Saturday.
Yes, I was really proud of them. At the end of the game, the final 2 minutes of the game, every unit had to contribute and make a play to get out of here with that victory, and they answered the call. So we were very excited. The offense was able to go down after the defense gave up a big touchdown and score. Special teams was able to come out and pin them deep on the ensuing kickoff and force them to have to drive the field in a 2-minute drill, and the defense ultimately came up with the turnover in the end. So they got a chance to see what team ball is and how believing in one another and playing for one another can give you a great outcome in the end. So that era, getting it started, was amazing. Seeing, I think it was Saquon do his little somersault at the end of the game, and just the eruption of the crowd after the touchdown and just how engaged they were the entire game for that matter. And then at the end of the game, just seeing just the true joy that they were experiencing in that moment was exciting for us. And again, it becomes contagious and electrifying that you want to try to recreate that feeling week in and week out.
In kind of a joking manner, after the game, we're making stats for everyone, giving all your books for your coaches and things like that. And kind of in a joking manner, you said when those 5 turnovers happened, you had to look down at your shirt and look down at your credentials, see if you were actually playing for Edward Waters with those 5 turnovers. But normally when you're turning the ball over that many times, you really aren't in any game. But again, this team just never say die, never quit attitude, and that really pushed them onto that win on Saturday.
And that's also a tribute to our assistant coaches, again, who day in and day out, give that message to our student athletes. And they believe in their coaches. And again, once we made the adjustments, they believed they could go out and perform. So we're excited about this upcoming week.
24-20, Edward Waters gets the victory. We'll go ahead and go take a timeout. As we go to break, let's take a look at some scores from the world of HBCU football. When we come back, we will have our iJack Sports Player of the Game, and we'll take a look into 2 weeks from now as we'll take on the Tigers of Benedict College. So touch that dial as you're watching the Toriano Morgan Show.
If you could make one choice to improve your career in life, would you do it? Of course you would. Edward Waters University now offers a new MBA degree program in a 100% online format designed so you can earn your degree while working full-time. Complete one of Florida's most affordable and highest quality online MBA degree programs in as little as 12 months. An Edward Waters University MBA degree can make you more effective in your current job or open the door for new opportunities. Go to ewc.edu/MBA to apply. Edward Waters University, emerging eminence.
Out of the fire, I found the fire inside. It wasn't easy, but I learned the hard way, and let me tell you how. You don't know my pain, how far I came. Those days are gone, you cursed my name. I prayed to God, He shined the sun, He gave me rain. I took that water and walked on it, marching harder than a million martyrs. I gave you my plan through a pen, no ID on the track, let the story begin.
Your family's health is important to you and to the care teams at Ascension St. Vincent's Health Centers. For regular doctor appointments and routine checkups, visit us here. For things that can't wait, get in quickly for urgent care here too. Need x-rays or lab work? We even do that here. Book online anytime for all the care you need, all in one place, at the Ascension St. Vincent's Health Center nearest you.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
While I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back to the Coach Toriano Morgan Show. Coach, time now to take a look at our iJack Sports Player of the Game. It goes to the senior kicker and punter from Dallas, Texas, and Angel Sevier. Just a tremendous ball game on Saturday with his punts and his kicking. Special teams really came up big, and Angel was a big catalyst to that win on Saturday.
Yes, and I'm really glad for Angel. He had a couple stats that won't go down anywhere in the stat book, but they were key to us being able to pull off this victory. You also get an opportunity in practice to practice some situational kicks and some situational things, but to be able to not be able to challenge it under game-like pressure, but then get out the first game of the season and be able to perform it. He had a great coffin kick down there in the beginning of the fourth quarter that pinned and flipped the field for us, and ended up having Florida Memorial go 3 and out and gave us field position to walk down and get our first score. Then he had a very good field goal when we didn't get the 6 points that we were looking for, but it kept the momentum and kept points on the board. And then the final kick, after we scored the final touchdown, we talked about the placement of it. We were trying to accomplish 3 things. We didn't want them to take too much time off the clock. We didn't want it to go out of bounds, and we wanted to force them to return it. So his placement of the football was exactly what we talked about, which gave our kickoff team a chance to rally down, keep them in bounds, and keep that clock moving on that particular play, which kind of forced their hand as to what they could do offensively coming out. So hats off to Angel.
Angel Sevier, our iJack Sports Player of the Game for the win against Florida Memorial. Well, Coach, we've got a bye week now, a chance to kind of lick some wounds, get some guys healed up, look at some things you did right, some things you did wrong, and really make some corrections as we go into the game next Thursday. Next Thursday night, a nationally televised contest against Benedict College.
Yeah, so that's been the message this week, is we got to win the bye week. And, you make the biggest improvement of your football team during the season between game 1 and game 2, because you find out who you are, you find out who can play and who can play where, you find out what you do well and what you need to do more of and what you need to do less of. So you start to come into that identity, and then you start to live that identity. So that'll be our focus this week, along with getting some guys healthy, and help getting guys some quality reps, and then turning the page early next week, getting into a short week to take on Benedict.
It's a short week, as you mentioned. It's a Thursday night affair. It'll be on ESPNU against Chennisberry's Benedict College Tigers. A lot of talk about Benedict up there, all of the transfers that they've brought in. Talk about new starts here in Jacksonville. It's a new start up there in Columbia, South Carolina, under head coach Chennisberry.
Absolutely. So we know that we're not taking anyone. We can't afford to take anyone lightly. So we have to do our due diligence, put together a sound game plan, make sure that our guys are prepared, again, conditioned and fundamentally sound. We got to pick up some of those flags this week. So that will definitely be a concentrated effort. But we're able to do those things. We'll go in and we'll definitely make sure that we give our best, and we feel like anytime we give our best, we're going to feel good about the outcome.
Benedict this weekend will take on Allen in that crosstown classic up there in Columbia, so you get an opportunity to not only get some rest, but also get a chance to look at both Benedict and Allen, who will face later on in the season as well.
Absolutely. So we got a 2-for-1 deal this weekend, so we're off, but we're on.
Tigers, Edward Waters and Benedict next Thursday, September the 9th, 7:30 p.m. kick on ESPNU, so definitely take a look at that contest. We'll also broadcast it on the EWC Sports Network beginning at 7 o'clock p.m. with our pregame show. That'll do it for our first edition of the Toriano Morgan Show. For the head coach Toriano Morgan, I'm Joshua Jackson. We'll talk to you again in 2 weeks as we'll take a look at highlights from the Benedict College contest up in South Carolina. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again next time right here on the Toriano Morgan Show. So long, everybody.